Hey everybody, Steve-O here at Autohitch.com, and I know it's been some time since we've done a video, but we're actually going to pick up the traffic on that a little bit, and we're going to do more of it because we've been having a lot more interaction on the website from car buyers, from car shoppers, and what that means is more questions. And if there's more questions, there's more answers, and we got to get that stuff out. So we're going to be putting some more written content on the site. We're going to be doing some more of these videos, and if you have a question, feel free to ask. Okay, we're here to help. I'm not billing you for this, because what happens is you ask your important questions. It could be here on YouTube, you just ask in the comment section. It could be on our blog or wherever you see this video. You ask your question, you know, that's going to go on there. People are going to be able to search that, and when we answer your question, we answer their question at the same time. And basically, because we helped you, we were able to help who knows how many hundreds and maybe even thousands, hopefully, of people down the road. So feel free to ask your questions. We're going to be doing more videos like this. So again, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit like. It's going to help us reach more people, and feel free to ask any questions you might have. Now, the question we're going to get to tonight is from a gentleman named David. He's actually down here in the South Florida area where we are. Okay, and David had inquired about our car buying service. Now, the Autohitch car buying service is something we're kind of flirting with. We're just testing it out, right? Not taking 100 people or anything like that. We're keeping it really, I guess you would say, on the down low, because it's very hands-on right now, but it's only for new cars. And David was interested in new cars, and I said, you know, David, we can't really help you at this time with used, but what I can do is I have the ability to look up auction data for, you know, car dealers that are buying cars in the area, nationally, everything like that. And what I'm going to be able to do with that is I'm going to be able to help you determine what a fair price is. Okay, now, can I find the particular car? Not exactly. It doesn't work that way. I can't necessarily go look up a VIN and say, hey, there's the car they bought and here's what they paid for it. And even if I did, I wouldn't do that, because that's just not ethical. The dealer's there to make money, and giving away their personal information isn't going to help them do that. Now, what I will do is tell you what the dealers are paying for that car in general. Okay, so like this particular car, this is one of the cars that David was looking at. So I'm going to look that vehicle up. The similar models, right? There may be more miles, maybe less miles, maybe different colors, and what we're going to try to do is get an average for that car. And then you're going to be able to see, okay, you know, this is what most dealers are paying for that car. This is probably what this dealership paid for that car. There's my gauge. And from there, I can say, you know what, Mr. and Mrs. Dealer, I know you need to make your profit, so I'm not going to beat you up too bad. But you know what? If their price is $5,000 over that, now you know who you're dealing with. You know where to start. And I think that's a problem that a lot of people have, is just, you know, there's car gurus, there's all these websites, right? But none of them, you go into them with the promise of you're going to know what a fair price is, but you come out saying, I still don't know what a fair price is. You know, I really can't be sure. And of course, the one method is just to shop around. If you go to 5 dealers, you're going to kind of get an idea of what the best price out of those 5 dealers is. But are they all fair, or were they just all trying to rip me off, and one was just trying to rip me off a little less? It's a common thing that people have a problem with, and this is one surefire way to get through that, right? If I know what the dealers are paying for that car on average at the dealer auctions, that's going to help you guys out big time. So I'm going to be able to do that for David, and if that's something you're interested in, contact me. We might be able to help you out. Okay. But David also had a particular question, and that's what I want to get to today on top of everything, okay? And that's with dealer fees. Now, David had said, you know, I'm noticing that some dealerships have fees, some don't. Some dealerships have fees that are $1,000, and I'm actually going to go, I'm on another screen just so you guys can't see his email address. We don't want to give that away. But I'm actually on another screen here, and I'm going to see what he said. Okay. Yeah, he said, you know, I'm noticing some dealers charge almost $1,000. Some dealerships don't charge anything at all. You know, this is something that's very confusing to me. And, you know, I was wondering if you could help me out. And of course, I can. It's something I've looked a lot into. I actually didn't, when I was selling cars myself, I never charged a dealer fee, okay, because it complicates things. But of course, that's one of the problems that the car industry is famous for, right, is creating that confusion. If you're confused in there, that's when you can be taken advantage of. And sometimes taken advantage of comes across, listen, yes, that could end up resulting in some sort of scam and be detrimental to you. Okay, but sometimes being taken advantage of, that's just business, right? They're trying to make a profit. They made more profit than they needed to. We could say that's you being taken advantage of. You could put a negative connotation on that. You could say that's just business. Okay, so that's what this dealer fee is. It's a way to confuse everything. It's a way to add something on to the price. Okay, so the way I answered this for David, and I'm gonna kind of just scroll through this now, read this off to you guys. All right, is let me scroll down here. Sorry, guys. So the dealer fee is two things. All right, it's advertising and it's dealer profit. So when it comes to dealer profit, listen, it's a dealer fee. Dealer says I want $600. My dealer fees, well, I'm sorry, it'd be $599. Let's be more accurate here. So if it's $599 dealer fee, that's $600. That's just dealer profit. Okay, that's simple. Now, some dealers use that with their advertising and say, listen, we're gonna keep our prices low, okay, so that they show up great in the listing. So when someone's searching for my car on AutoTrader or searching for my car on Car Gurus or even just on Google, it shows up at a really cheap price, almost wholesale price. All right, but then when they show up, I got my dealer fee, and that's where my profit's hidden, right? It's hidden in that little disclaimer. And actually, we're on here. This is H. Gregg. This is someone. This is a big dealership down here in South Florida. Doral, actually. I don't know if they have another location. Okay, they have Orlando, but I think I saw they had one in Doral too. And you can see down here, I have actually highlighted their disclaimer. Okay, all this stuff on this website, and you've got to come down here to see the disclaimer, right? And you see pre-delivery service charge $8.99, electronic service charge $2.99. Okay, those kind of things. Those are, then it doesn't really say dealer fee. It's a service charge, but it's a dealer fee, right? All that stuff is just tacked on by them, and that's where their pricing is, and that's the advertising. All right, Car Gurus is famous for this, and if you've been to Car Gurus, and most people probably have, it's growing. It's growing and growing and growing because they've convinced people that they have this little computer algorithm that's going to show you what a fair price is, what a good deal is, what a great deal is, what a fair deal is, what a bad deal is. All right. Well, the problem is that underneath all of those deals are those disclaimers. And in those disclaimers are the exact same thing. Go there now, pause the video, go there now, check it out for yourself. Look up a few dealership listings and you will see disclaimers that mention this fee or that fee. Some of them are short, some of them are long. 9 out of 10 times there are fees built in there. And if you think about it, okay, take Car Gurus. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to go there now. I've done that in another video. But if you go to Car Gurus, okay, and you see that great deal, actually, I'll search it. Car Gurus, great. Let me just see if I can pull up the image of Car Gurus great deal for you guys. And of course, when you're recording, that's when the internet doesn't work and it's really, really slow. So, all right. So let's go to images here and you see, oh, come on, help me out, Google. All right, you're going to see right here, all right? Here's an image of great deal. All right? 2,323 below market value. Now, if you go into that dealership's listing, what you're going to see is something like that, right? You're going to like this disclaimer here, which is, got to go all the way down. Sorry. You know, $8.99 service charge here, $2.99, so $300, $89. So you have almost $1,300, right, on top of. This is 2,323. It's a great deal. Now, this doesn't really tell you on the surface what the difference is, what the thresholds are. Okay, it's a great deal, but when does it become a good deal or a fair deal or just whatever? It doesn't really tell you that. It could just be, hey, it could be $2,300 could be the difference between a great deal and just a good deal. And, you know, it's 23. So there you go, great deal. Well, if you take $1,300 off of that, right? Or I'm sorry, add that back on, what happens to the deal? right? The system's not going to tell you that because the dealer hasn't put that in their little calculator here. I don't think you can manually do that, so it'll tell you what the difference is if it becomes a bad deal, because that might make the dealer look bad. Okay, but you add $1,300, this may very well become a bad deal. So that's what happens now with these prices, and that's a lot of the dealer fee is just part of that. Okay, it's part of that game to get you confused and to get you to not understand, and it's literally just advertising. Now there are some dealerships out there and take that dealer fee and use it honestly. They say, listen, this is our profit, that's our wholesale price, and we just do that so that we can keep our advertising low. Okay, but there are some dealerships who say, hey, listen, we're going to jack up our price, we're going to add the dealer fee on the back end, we're just going to have all this stuff built in on top of our cost, and we're going to have so much room to wiggle that when you come in and you're going to hit us hard and you want to negotiate and be tough, we're going to go ahead and give you a ton of money off. We're going to fight you at first, right? Make you think we're playing tough, and then we're going to give you a bunch of money off. You're going to feel good that you got one over on us. You're going to, all that stuff you read, all these people you saw on YouTube, they got you, they taught you, and you came in here and you beat us up, and now we're going to sell the car to you at almost cost. And really they're just making a ton of money off you because they had even more than usual, more room to work with. All right, that's what's going on. So what I explained to David, he's looking at this particular dealership, right? Same thing. Where is there? I saw it here somewhere. They have a little thing here that one of their advertising things was we sell at wholesale prices. Upfront wholesale pricing. See right here, upfront wholesale pricing. Okay, now let me show you something. I'm going to take you a little behind the scenes here. All right, this is the Manheim Market Report. This is one of the dealership auction reports. This is where we can go in, and I'm not going to go through this whole thing because it's dealer side only. It's not consumer side. I'm not going to reveal all that information. I'm just going to show you this particular vehicle when I looked up for it. Okay, and this is what their tool, which to do it right, you kind of want to go through here and look at it manually. But just for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to show you what I came up with. Okay, so base MMR, and again, I could go deep into this tool, but I'm just not. So this is the Manheim Market Report. Many of you probably heard it. It's the biggest dealership auction in the country. I don't know, maybe the world. I don't know their history, their standings, but it's a massive dealership auction service around the country at the least. And this is a tool they've determined 16.5 is what this car is being bought and sold for at the dealership auctions. When I put in the location, condition, color, all this other stuff, it kind of adjusted that down and said, okay, 16.15 for that car is probably the wholesale price. Okay, wholesale price determined by what dealers are buying and sell it for. Okay, that's what that is. Now if we go back up to the price of this vehicle, they're selling it for $16,798, and of course they make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside with their $19,000 Kelly Blue Book thing. Oh, we've slashed that, we're saving you $3,000. All right, well, from what I've already determined, they're probably jacking this up a few $100s. Now, could they have possibly gone to the auction and bought this a little bit higher? Yes, that's very possible. And why is that? Why do I feel that? Because if you looked at this dealership, they appear to be a volume dealer. I can't remember where I went to. Let me see if I can find them here. Yeah, look at their picture. Okay, when I see something like this, what that tells me is that we're dealing with a volume dealership. Okay, which means they're trying to sell 2 or 3 cars for the standard dealerships every one. So if the standard dealership's trying to make $2,000-$3,000 a car, these guys are going to try to make around $1,000, maybe $1,500 a car, get 2 or 3 more shoppers in there. Now, why do they do that? Simple. They make the same amount of money. Maybe you could argue for a little bit more work on the margin, right? Which is cars for sale price. Problem is, used car dealerships have all the add-on products, right? The insurances they sell you, the warranties, the extended warranties, they have financing they make a cutoff of. Well, if they're dealing with 2 or 3 more people, that's 2 or 3 more opportunities to make money on all those add-on products. They are actually going to make more money in the long run than a traditional dealership selling one car, focusing on the margins. That's the world we live in today. That's the car buying and car selling industry of 2018, 2019, and beyond. Okay, it's the add-on products. This is a volume-based dealership. So when they're hitting you with this upfront wholesale pricing, okay, they're tacking on, more than likely, I can't be sure, they're tacking on a few $100s here, and then they're coming back down here in the disclaimer, and they're hitting you up later with the $899, the $299, the $89, and God only knows what else when it comes to all the other products. Okay, they're going to offer you extended warranty. It's going to be, the list price of that thing when they offer it to you is going to be more than it needs to be. All right, just like everything else. But again, to be fair, that's their business. It's to make money. If they didn't, they wouldn't have the lights on. They wouldn't have the space in that big warehouse to have this car for you to buy it from them. So we just need to keep the balance. Everything I've shown you today is them trying to keep the balance and the status quo in their favor. Okay, David, I'm going to help him keep the status quo in his favor. You contact me, I can help you keep the status quo in your favor, or at least in the middle. Okay, I can't do everything for you, but I can definitely get you through all of this garbage that is designed to distract you. And again, I know I say this a lot, and I say this a lot in all of my videos, but it's, again, to be fair, when I say garbage, this is advertising everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is any product you're going to buy anywhere. That's what advertising is. It's to get you in the door. It's to confuse you here. You're never going to drive by somewhere that doesn't have sale on the window. It's not because their prices, how can they always be on sale, right? That's just advertising in this world. That's the world we live in. We got to get used to it. And that's what, listen, you have the internet, use it. You have people like me on YouTube and everything. Use us, right? It's information. It's at your fingertips for a reason. Use it. So if you have any questions, again, feel free to ask in the comment section below. Thumb up, comment, go to the blog. You can contact us on there. You can use the contact page on Autohitch. Contact us via there. We can do for you exactly what we're doing here for David. Answer your questions, anything like that. So it's been good talking to you guys. Not sure how long this video is going to be, but it's been good talking to you guys again, and we're going to be making more of these and more of these and more of these. And if you ask questions, and it's a pretty good question, and of course it will be, right, because you're asking it, then we're probably going to put it up. We're going to make a video about it. We're going to make a blog about it, and we can do the same thing for you and help other people out with answering your questions. So it's been good talking to you guys again, and have a wonderful evening.